What a day for the Razorbacks as the Arkansas men and women swept the SEC championships for cross country. Arkansas soccer locked up their second straight SEC West title with a win over, it's Friday night. Sorry, Hogs. Fridays in the fall. That's for high school football. Let's take it to the FFN highlights. Starting off with Booneville and Paris. This one for all the marbles in the 3A4. Booneville gets the score and started early with a touchdown pass, 7-0 Bearcats. Paris, though, they're 8-0 for a reason. Duke Walker picks up the fumble. He doesn't walk, he runs to the end zone. 7-7. This one all tied up early. Speaking of ties, well, this one's name is Goff. Ty Goff for Booneville takes it right up the middle, breaks through one tackle, dives in. 14-7 Bearcats. Paris says anything you can do, I can do exactly the same. That's Eli 4 rushing in for the touchdown. It's 14-14. More Booneville. Randon Ray front flips in, puts them up 21-14. Duke Walker again picks up a fumble for Paris, takes it in for his second scoop and score. It's 21-20 late in this one. Booneville with a 1-point lead. That lead gets a little bit bigger, though. Ty Goff puts the finishing nail on the coffin here, breaks through the hole. He's gone. That puts the Bearcats up 28-20, and that's how this one would end. Booneville and Paris renew their old rivalry. This one for all the marbles in the 3A4, and this here looks like that's going to belong to the Bearcats. Head down to the central part of the state. That's War Memorial Stadium. It's not a state title, though. Just a Little Rock Parkview game. They play host to Siloam Spring. Siloam went for a fake punt. No dice. Parkview, they give it to Willie Eccles. They call him J-Rock, though. Now he's got a touchdown in the Rock. That made it 37-0. And, yeah, that's all you really need to see from this one. Siloam gets rocked. The Panthers, after a hot start to the season, well, things aren't going so hot now. They fall to Little Rock Parkview 37-0. Well, the top spots in the 7A and 6A West may be all but wrapped up. Still plenty of jostling for position going on. We got highlights from the bigger schools coming up after this. It feels like the 7A West is Bentonville's to lose, but Springdale Har-Ber is right there, just one conference win back of the Tigers. Wildcats need to win to keep pace, but upstart Rogers Mounties have playoff plans of their own. And Rogers gets to host this one tonight against Har-Ber, and they'd make the most of it, at least early on. Christian Francisco, the Rogers new quarterback this year, looking deep, can't quite make the connection with Gavin Pitts. This time, though, second time's a charm. Francisco to Pitts into the end zone. It's 7-0 Mounties early on. Rogers tie game, no longer Francisco hits Joel Gardner, and it's 14-7 Rogers. Here comes the tie, though. Hudson Brewer for Har-Ber. That run game has been nails all year. Keeps going there. On to the second quarter now. Francisco looking deep. One of his favorite targets, Cade Seldom-Ridge, often finds the end zone. He's in. Rogers up one score. Brewer again. This is what Har-Ber does. They grind it down. They punch it in. Tie ball game 28-28 into the third quarter. Har-Ber trying to run away with this one. That's Lane Ryder tripped up right before the end zone. Good thing they did. Rogers holds on and beats Har-Ber 49-42. Don't look now. The Mounties might be ready to make some noise come playoff time. Still 7A, back down to the central part of the state. It's Cabot and Northside. Cabot playing host, obviously. 3-0 in the first quarter, now 10-0. Mason Bell punches it in for Cabot. Second quarter now, Tyler G loads up, hits Brandon J. G to J. He's got some moves. He goes in for the touchdown with a dive. 17-0 Panthers. Now head to the third quarter. Cabot still driving. This one not exactly Northside's night. The bubble screen for the Panthers does what bubble screens rarely do and actually works. And Northside falls 24-7 on the road to Cabot. On now to the 6A West. Van Buren Pointers playing host to the mighty Greenwood Bulldogs. You know this guy's name to this point in the season. Hunter Wilkinson does. Hunter Wilkinson things. Punches it in. 7-0 Greenwood early. Van Buren's got some offense, though. Gary Phillips, Jaden Henry. That's a tandem that's done wonders this season. Henry can't quite break three. That one's down into the 1 yard line, and they finish it off right there. It's 8-6 Greenwood early. LD Richmond, he's really come on for Greenwood this year. He puts a beautiful pass right into Caden Brown. He goes in for the end zone, 14-8 Greenwood. Gary Phillips using the legs. He can do it all, this man. Makes one guy miss, gets a block into the end zone. Cuts it to a one-possession game. Greenwood in the lead still, though. Richmond, Jay Strozier, he could walk in. He's wide open there. 28-15 Greenwood. Van Buren, Gary Phillips to Jaden Henry. That was good for a score. That was the last time Van Buren would score. 50-29, the final in this one. Well, after missing 3 straight games, Pea Ridge back in action tonight against Farmington. That battle of birds and more closes us out right after this.
It's Football Friday night! Go Hillbillies!
Way back on October 2nd, Pea Ridge fell to Morrilton. That was the last time the Blackhawks took the field until tonight, thanks to COVID-19 protocols. Football back in the Ridge now, though, with Farmington coming to town. Cardinals and Blackhawks, you ever wondered what instrument a T-Rex could play? I guess it's the cymbals. That seems to make sense. That's about all they could do. First play from scrimmage, you think Pea Ridge might have been a little bit rusty. Devontae Donovan can walk in after some trickery. Farmington up 6. Yeah, it took a little bit for that rust to knock off. First play for Pea Ridge, fumble. They force a punt, and Pea Ridge muffs the punt. Farmington falls on it. This is when things would turn a bit, though. Pea Ridge gets a 4th down stop here. They would be forced to punt, but then here, look at this. No one really noticed, but the ball comes out on this play. Caleb Neal drags it down the quarterback. Coach is upset. Ball's actually Pea Ridge's. They would go on to score. This game, though, goes to overtime. The Ridge falls in their return, 38-37 as Farmington ekes out a win. Now we'll head down to Lamar. Big battle in terms of conference standings here as Ozark is in town. First play, blocked punt for Lamar. Colby Kinsey falls on it for the Warriors. He goes in for 6, but that was not meant to be in the end. Ozark 26, Lamar 10. Big win for the Hillbillies. Head to our website for all the rest.